So there's some really interesting stuff going on behind the scenes. Danny Sheehan is saying that Radiance Technologies is now getting funding for billions of dollars. And this is a company that Jay Stratton and Travis Taylor have both joined. And the hint is that they might be wanting to reverse engineer alien technology. And now all of a sudden, this company that does a lot of things is getting billions of dollars in funding working with the Space Force. And there's some other stuff, so let's talk about it. Get in here. This is Jack with Cosmic Road. I talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like, please subscribe, and smash the bell to be notified of future videos. You don't want to miss a thing. Join me on social media. There's Facebook and Twitter links below. I would love to see you guys there. And of course, as always, comment below and let me know what you think. I made a video yesterday about how various people like James Fox are saying that there is a reverse engineering program that now Congress is actually being given some briefings on, maybe even some access to. James Fox said that certain people with the right clearances are even being taken to the labs where this reverse engineering is going on. He didn't specifically say that Congress people were being taken to these labs. I'm not sure if they have the right clearances. They're not in the military, etc. So I don't know who can get access to those labs. But he does strongly indicate that some people are being taken to these labs. And he says, he could take you there if you had the right clearance. So I don't know if that means that he's been there or if he, knows people who have. But anyway, it's very exciting. And we have other Congress people like Tim Burchett and others, Matt Gaetz, talking about a very direct contact with UFOs and also crash retrieval programs and so on. Well, a few months ago, Travis Taylor came out to George Knapp and said that he and Jay Stratton had joined Radiance Technologies. And it was strongly hinted at in that news piece by George Knapp that Radiance Technologies, or at least some subset of it, was positioning itself to reverse engineer UFO technology. How would this come to be? Well, that's why they would hire some people like Travis Taylor and Jay Stratton, who are intimately connected with some of the government's involvement in UFO U.A.P. studies. Travis Taylor was the chief scientist for the U.A.P. task force, in addition, of course, to working on Skinwalker Ranch. Jay Stratton, the same thing, intimately involved in the government's UFO programs, at least that are publicly known and admitted to. And they are, top-level guys, great minds, scientists, and, they would, obviously be a good fit for, examining UFO technology, possibly even reverse engineering it. So the question is, or the question has always been since that news piece came out, since Travis has said these things, and he didn't specifically say they were going to reverse engineer UFO technology. He says if that was given to him, he would very happily do that. But, why else would they have joined Radiance Technologies? Why would Radiance have hired these specific guys that are connected to the government's involvement with UFO programs if they weren't going to, do something related to that? Sure, they're great minds and they can do other things, but it seemed at the time like Radiance Technologies was specifically positioning itself to have access to those programs through Jay Stratton and Travis Taylor. And, and again, they worked on Skinwalker Ranch and other programs. Well, it turns out Colin Kelleher has been saying that maybe Allsap and Bass and NIDS, that is the Skinwalker Ranch crew, maybe they actually had some involvement with reverse engineering UFOs, or at least had some interest or information about it. Here, Colm is saying exactly that.
Does our government have downed UFOs from unknown origin that they've been trying and are trying to reverse engineer and exploit those technologies, understand the physics, understand that technology? Do we have that to work with?
I can't talk about that, but the answer is yes.
I mean, that's a big tease. I mean, he can't give us any information about it. But the very fact that he can't give us any information about it seems to me to indicate that he knows some stuff, which means he was either involved in this project and in working with this UFO technology, or else he was read into the program on some level. Which, if he, working on Skinwalker Ranch, was read into the program at some capacity, that seems to indicate a connection between the UFO reverse engineering efforts in Skinwalker Ranch. So it kind of makes sense that Travis Taylor and Jay Stratton, from Skinwalker Ranch, among other places, and capacities, would be in a position to have some access to that technology or those programs. And so when they join Radiance Technologies through their connections, Radiance Technologies now has access to this stuff. And so now they are getting a massive funding. And here is Danny Sheehan, who, of course, is the lawyer for Lou Elizondo and has been in the game for a long time and is a very knowledgeable, smart guy. Here he is talking about just that.
Now it's one agency or one private Radiance Technologies. We've now gotten that piece of intelligence information. They've already been appropriated $4.5 billion to work with the U.S. Space Force on this issue and get information to the committee.
So boom, there you go. Radiance Technologies is getting billions of dollars to work with the space program after just hiring on Jay Stratton, Axelrod, the man who is haunted by werewolves. He and his whole family and various people they know this hitchhiker effect from Skinwalker Ranch. Well, so the man that is haunted by werewolves is now going to potentially be reverse engineering alien technology alongside Travis Taylor. So, so they are getting Radiance Technologies is getting billions of dollars to work with the Space Force after having just hired on these two guys who are intimately connected with the government's UFO programs, studying the UFOs and other related phenomena, and who might very well have some access to the UFO reverse engineering program, because as I have just demonstrated, Colm Kelleher, who led the scientific efforts at Skinwalker Ranch, seems to have had some access. So is that not juicy or what? I can't wait to see what we learn about all this stuff in the days ahead, but whatever it is, it's going to be really interesting. So what do you guys think? Do you think that Radiance Technologies is indeed going to be reverse engineering UFO technology? Because I'm not saying that's 100% fact. That just seems to be the way things are looking. That maybe I'm looking at it through a certain lens, but that seems to be how the pieces align in the picture that they're forming. Now, why would the government need Radiance Technologies to do this? They have been doing it on their own lo these many years. See Bob Lazar and his story and various other similar stories or accounts or corroborating accounts for the government's interest in reverse engineering UFO technology and even utilizing it, even getting some of this stuff to work. See the Mark McClandish sort of information where we have the alien reproduction vehicles since the 60s, and that was corroborated by John Keel and others. I've talked before about a Lockheed Martin engineer who said that Lockheed Martin Skunk Works was actually working with the beings in the 60s to develop training devices so that humans could learn to fly UFOs. So, if the aliens or the beings were working with us to fly UFOs or our own UFOs, perhaps, why then did we need to reverse engineer any technology at all? Is that from another species, not the species that's helping us, and we're trying to learn about a different species, possibly the species that we're shooting at? I don't have any answers. There's so many pieces missing in this puzzle. So let me know what you think. But I love it. This is craziness happening right before our eyes. We have a man haunted by werewolves that is potentially going to be reverse engineering alien technology. And this is a real thing that is very possibly happening right now before our eyes, or at least just off camera. So let me know your thoughts, and please give this video a big thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Smash the subscribe button and the bell to be notified of future videos. Find me on social media. I'm on Facebook and Twitter. I would love to see you guys there. And if you would share this video when it drops on social media, that would be super helpful. And of course, check out some of my other videos. This is Jack with Cosmic Road signing out.